Hello, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at another free plugin. This time it's from Apogee and the plugin is called Soft Limit. And what it aims to do is emulate the sort of clipping that you would get from recording to tape, but in the digital domain. Apparently this was built into a lot of their interfaces going back to when Apogee started. What I'm going to do is just test it out across this track and see how it sounds on some guitars and some drums. So I'll start off with the kick. So that's the kick as it is. So you're getting some rounding off. You can see there on the meter, it's getting quite a bit quieter with the clipping enabled. And it sounds a bit more saturated. It has oversampling built in, so the quality of the saturation or the clipping should get better the more that you increase the oversampling. But what you'll notice is that the performance hit will get greater at the higher numbers. So the perceived volume stays the same, but the actual volume becomes quite a bit less. What I'm going to do is increase the output a bit. So let's get a listen to that in the context of the mix. Sounds really nice on the snare. Putting the oversampling up to 16 doesn't seem to be, it seems pretty negligible in terms of performance hit. So far, so good. Let's try it in the overheads. So yeah, very simple but effective. As long as you've got a moderately fast CPU, the oversampling should be great. My CPU is an i7 8700. Let's try on some of the guitars here. Guitars are fairly distorted already. So the distortion that it's adding in is just a bit too audible, maybe. A bit sort of clicky or something. So not as good or useful on the electric guitar, or on that one anyway. So not as useful on stuff like distorted guitars. I'd probably reach for other saturation plugins. Like the old Big Al. pretty extreme. So yeah, sounding really good in the drums. Particularly, I liked it on the snare. On distorted guitars, I didn't like the character of the saturation that it was overlaying onto the guitars. It was a bit too obvious. On the snare in particular, I really liked it. Just seemed to give it a bit more snap and a bit more presence. Opened it up a bit. I'll just try it on the drum bus quickly. If you use it subtly on the drum bus, I think it could work. No vocals on this track yet, no bass, so I'd imagine it works quite well on the bass though. So yeah, that's another free plugin, and I would definitely recommend picking it up. I'm not sure how long, if it's permanently free or if there's a time limit on it, but I'll leave a link in the description. It's a simple download. The last video I did in a free plugin was the T-Rex compressor, and while it is free and pretty easy to obtain with a short survey, it is a 2 GB download install for whatever reason. They basically include every T-Rex plugin with the one plugin that you want, so that's something to bear in mind with that one. Hopefully in the future IK Multimedia will allow people to customize the installs, which will cut down on hard drive space and download times. But yeah, I would definitely recommend checking this one out and picking it up if you haven't already. I don't think it works on every single source, but on the sources that it works on, it works really well. Hopefully you found this helpful, and I will be back with more videos soon. Cheers.